Hey guys, it's Rochelle. Welcome back to my channel. So this is pretty much like my go-to makeup look. I've been rocking this a lot this summer. It's very bronzy and glowy, and I'm going to show you guys how I achieved this look. So if you want to see how I got it, please continue to watch. So this is the first thing I do. I apply my Peter Thomas Raw 24 karat hydrogel eye patches. I love these because it lifts and firm my eyes, because you know sometimes my eyes look tired, I'm up late and stuff, and whenever I apply these right before I apply my makeup, when I remove this, you guys, like it just feels nice and tight and firm, like yes. Okay, so I've had it on for about 10 minutes now, so I'm just gonna go ahead and remove these. Yes, okay, all right. Next I'll be taking the Gleam by Melanie Mills, and this is the shade Bronze Gold. I apply this all over my face before I apply my foundation. It gives me a little bit of a tan. My very good friend Sandra Deluxe pretty much put me onto this product. It just makes your skin looks nice and bronzy. So you guys, I know I say this every single time, I'm obsessed with this foundation. Well, I am obsessed with this one. I've been using this for about 3 weeks straight. 3 weeks straight, that's pretty good for me, you guys. I'm completely obsessed with this. It's been giving my skin life. I went on vacation in the Bahamas, I wore this and it was sitting all day. So this is the MAC Pro Longwear Foundation. It's in the shade NC45. I'm gonna put some on the back of my hand. And to apply my foundation, I love using my beauty blender. So you want to make sure it's a little damp, not soaking wet. Just dab. Like, look at that. Obsessed. So I actually forgot to do a step, and it was to add my orange concealer to do some color correcting under the eyes, so my dark circles can disappear. And I do this before I apply my foundation, just to neutralize under my eyes. And just pat that in. You can use your beauty blender to do this also, or you can just use your finger. So now we're just gonna go ahead and apply our foundation. So you guys are always asking me about my headbands that I wear when I do my makeup. I usually get these at like Walmart, or this one I think it's from Forever 21. Now I'm gonna go back into the MAC Pro Conceal palette, and I'm gonna grab this shade right here. Not exactly sure what number it is, but I'll put it in the description bar down below. And I'm just gonna go ahead and apply it under my eyes. Now I do like my highlight extra bright, so I'm actually gonna put another one on top of this. Okay, so after I apply the concealer, I'm just gonna go back in with the Beauty Blender sponge, blend that out. Okay, so the reason why I apply the Studio Finish concealer first, which is only like a shade lighter than my skin tone, it's not very light for highlight on my skin tone. I mean, it still works, but I like to go lighter like I mentioned before. But I'm going to use the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer in the shade Tan, which is like super light, like bright. And I don't like to use it on its own because it's so bright. Like, look at that, it's so light. And I just use a small amount because this concealer has a lot of coverage, you guys. Apply it under the eye. Like, look at that, a lot of coverage. So that's how I'm gonna get my nose contour, by bringing it all the way to my nose. Apply it on the chin, down the nose, center of my forehead. So now I'm gonna go back in with my Beauty Blender sponge, and I'm going to dab and blend it. Okay, so next what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and set with powder. I'm using the MAC Studio Fix powder, and I apply this under my eyes. Now you want to make sure that the concealer under the eyes is really blended out well, because you don't want it to look all creasy and crazy. I apply the powder onto my sponge, and I'm just going to have that under my eyes. So I'm just setting and locking that concealer into place. So I've been using this a lot lately. This is the IT Cosmetics Translucent Powder. It is a white translucent powder. A lot of people ask me if you get flashbacks with this. A lot of my pictures are flash photography that I've been posting on my Instagram lately, and I get absolutely no flashbacks whatsoever with this product. I freaking love it. I'm almost like out of this powder. I had to order another one. Hopefully it doesn't take forever. Oh man, this shit is almost finished. So I'm using the same Beauty Blender sponge. And as you can see, I brought it all the way up to the nose, because we're about to snatch this nose. I mean, that's completely optional. You don't have to snatch your nose if you don't want to. The struggle is real right now, guys. The struggle is real. Lord, it's done. So I don't bake under my eyes for very long because I don't want it to feel powdery and dry. I find that when I leave it on for too long, that's what happens. So I'm gonna go ahead and dust away all that excess powder, and I'm gonna go back into my MAC Studio Fix powder, and I'm just gonna apply a little bit of that, and it just helps it to not look like super white under the eyes. And the brush that I'm using is the Smith 112 brush. I really love this brush. Right now I'm looking a little dusty and powdery, but don't worry, we're gonna fix that, okay? So now we're gonna move on to contour, and I'm gonna use the Tarteist Tarte Makeup Shayla contour palette. Congrats to Makeup Shayla on her collaboration with Tarte. Like, how amazing is that? I love this contour palette, by the way. This is what the Makeup Shayla Tarteist Tarte contour palette looks like. I'm sure you guys seen it already all over Instagram, and I'm gonna do a full tutorial with this palette as well. But today I'm gonna use this shade right here for my contour. This one's a little bit too dark for my skin tone, but I love the fact that they had a darker shade in here because it's perfect for deeper skin tone as well. And the brush I will be using is the MAC 134 brush. And I'll make my little fishy face to snatch that cheek. And don't worry if the contour looks a little messy, because I'm going to clean this up later on when I bake under my contour. A little bit, but right now I'm going to go ahead and bronze up my skin, and I'm going to use Matte Mineralized Skin Finish in Dark Deep. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to apply the Ket powder under my contour to bake it and just clean up this contour because it's looking a little strong. So I apply it right by my ear, right at the top of my ear, cutting that cheek. Okay, so now I'm going to add some highlighter to my cheekbones so they can be nice and glowy and you can see them from afar and they can blind your haters. And this is the Laura Geller Gilded Honey. I love it. Yes, bitch. Bitch, look at that. Popping. So I'm going to go back into the Tarteist Tarte contour palette, and I'm going to grab this peach shade right here, and I'm just going to put a tiny little bit of this onto my cheeks. Using the same MAC 134 brush to apply. So I'm just using a small amount. And make my crazy little smile. Like so. And brush like so. Okay, so now I'm going to dust away all this excess powder because I don't need it anymore. I feel like my skin tends to feel dry and tight, but I don't want that. I want it to feel like, I still want my makeup to feel like skin, so I don't want it to feel like heavy on my face. So I literally drench. You guys, I drench my face in MAC Fix Plus spray. Like, I drench my face. I know, very, very excessive. So now I'm just gonna let this dry and I'll be right back. Now, this is how I get my highlighter to look super duper glowy. So once I have the MAC Fix Plus spray on my face, my skin looks a little bit more glowy. It's not feeling dry and powdery anymore. It just feels nice and refreshed. I'm gonna go back in and apply more highlighter. Oh my god, this highlighter is disrespectful. Okay, so you could just leave it just like that and not add any more highlighter. That's okay, because you know it's pretty glowy right now. But because I'm super duper extra, I'm just gonna add another one. So I'm gonna add my Bobbi Brown Bronze Glow. Now look at that now. Ooh, yes, bitch. Just blend in the highlighter in. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of the highlighter onto the tip of my nose and the bridge of my nose. So I filled in my brow off camera, so that's why I look a little strange right now, because I only got one brow filled in. Do you see the difference it makes when you fill in your brows? To fill in my brows, I'm going to use the Benefit Ka-Brow, and I'm also... So I'm going to keep the eyes really simple today, nothing crazy, super simple. And I'm just going to apply a light brown eyeshadow all over the eyelid. So this eyeshadow look that I'm doing, it's easy, it's simple, and it's perfect for beginners. So if you're new to makeup, it's super easy. Like, I'm literally putting one eyeshadow on my eyelid and I'm blending it out. That's all I'm doing. Okay, so for the inner corner of my eyes, remember when we used that highlighter on the cheeks? I'm actually going to use it at the inner corner of my eyes as well. So I'm going to use the Gilded Honey by Laura Geller, and I'm going to pop that right at the inner corner. Now I'm going to take the Inglot 77 Gel Eyeliner. This is one of my favorites, and I'm just going to apply it on my top lash line. Okay, so now I'm going to apply some mascara to my itty bitty tiny little lashes. Now you could just leave the bottom lashes like that, leave them bare and nothing. I actually like that look a lot now lately. But today I'm just going to add some black liner in my waterline, which I'm going to use the same Inglot 77 Gel Liner that I used to line the top lash line. So the eyeshadow that I placed on my eyelid, I'm just going to pop a little bit on the bottom lash line and blend it out with the black eyeliner. Just going to smoke it out just a teensy bit. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and apply some mascara on the bottom lash line, and I'm going to put on lots and lots and lots of mascara because... Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and apply my lashes. Today I'm using Flutter Lashes Shayla Lashes. These are my absolute favorite lashes ever. So I got my lashes, they're on the tweezer, and I add some lash glue. The glue is tacky, so I'm just going to pop them on. So now that the eyes are completed, we're going to move on to lips. So I'm going to apply Spice by MAC. So I'm going to take Lipland Cosmetics. This is the Amrezy Spotlight Liquid Lipstick. Okay guys, so this is pretty much the completed makeup look. I'm just going to fix up my hair real quick. Take this raggedy ass headband off and fix up my hair and slay, okay? I'll be right back. Okay, so I really hope you guys enjoy this talked through. This is the completed look, and I was obviously doing the most and trying to, you know, take some selfies for the gram. But yeah, this is the look. I'll see you guys in another video very soon. I love you guys. Bye!